All righty. Welcome everyone to the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping items before we get started. You can use your Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your microphone and camera are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening tonight for the Illinois Virtual College Fair, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions if you're interested. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website that you registered at, stridescan.com/Illinois. So we have a great set of colleges with us today, and I am going to pass it over to our first presenter, Grant, with University of Dundee.
That's great. Thank you very much. Let me just share my screen. The usual scramble to get to the start of presentations. Hopefully everyone can see that okay. So my name is Grant. I am the regional lead for the Americas here at the University of Dundee. You can probably tell from my accent that we are from Scotland. So hopefully you can understand me throughout the next 6 minutes or so. Generally, we do have a tendency to talk quite fast in Scotland. If you do want me to repeat anything, or if there's anything you missed, feel free to ask in the questions and I can answer sort of later on in this webinar. So first of all, why come to study in Scotland rather than anywhere else in the UK or Europe, or indeed the whole world? First of all, we have a thriving arts and culture scene, so there's always something going on in Scotland. We have stunning landscapes, so no matter where you go to study, whether it's Dundee or even if it's going to be Glasgow or somewhere else, you're never going to be far from somewhere absolutely amazing. So Scotland, in my totally unbiased opinion, really does have some of the most stunning landscapes in the whole world, and really you're going to be no more than 1 hour away no matter where you go to study, and that's certainly the case in Dundee. We're very friendly people. Again, as a Scotsman myself, I sound very biased, but certainly when you come over to Scotland from the USA, you'll always get a very friendly welcome. It's not a Scottish presentation without having a picture of a castle, and there's loads of things to do. So from internationally acclaimed music and cultural festivals, it really is a fun experience you have when you study here. The main difference of Scotland is our degree structure to the rest of the UK. So in Scotland, very similar to the USA college structure, where you study for 4 years and there's flexibility throughout those 4 years. So you can study up to 3 different subjects in your first 2 years before specialising a little bit later on. So I'm from Dundee, which is Scotland's best place to live, according to the Sunday Times, and is also Scotland's sunniest city, which is why I always have a pair of sunglasses right next to me, because you never know when the sun is going to come out. We're also one of the most affordable cities in the whole of Scotland to live. So if you do come to study in Dundee, your money does tend to go a little bit further. So there's always that extra money to enjoy yourself, whether it's be getting a cup of coffee or going out at night. You might be asking, what has Dundee given the world? It's actually given the world quite a lot. We are the UK's city of discovery. So Dundee has pioneered aspirin. We've pioneered LCD technology. So if you're watching this on a phone or a tablet, that is LCD technology you're using. Radar. You've probably heard of Grand Theft Auto. So the original creators of Grand Theft Auto came from Dundee, things like marmalade stamps. So there has always been a really great heritage in Dundee, and who knows, maybe you could come to Dundee and discover the next big thing. So I come to study at the University of Dundee. We're a top 20 institution in the UK. We're 11th in the UK for student satisfaction and 14th in the world for international student satisfaction. So when people come to Dundee from quite a way away, so it might be the US, might be China, might be Australia, they really do rank Dundee quite highly for their experience as an international student. We are test optional for September 2021 entry. So for many of our programs, we will look almost primarily at your high school graduate diploma, and we offer rolling admissions. So there's no set time for you to apply. Generally, you can apply anytime for the upcoming September intake that we would have. And we do offer scholarships of up to £5,000 for students joining us from the USA as well. If you're looking to apply for Dundee, you can either apply directly through our direct application portal, and there's no fee for this, or you can apply through UCAS. So you'll see there's other UK universities part of this webinar. So if you're applying for more than one UK university, normally it's best to apply through UCAS, and it keeps all your applications for these universities in one place. Now in Dundee, we are a city campus, so we have a campus in the middle of the city. Everything you need tends to be within this campus. So in this picture, you'll be able to see our accommodation. Now all of our accommodation is single occupancy, you never share with anyone else. But most importantly, it's en suite, so you're guaranteed your own bathroom. I cannot tell you how big a bonus this is when you look at student accommodation. Within that, there is also the gym, there is the Students' Union, which has been ranked among the top 5 in the UK. So that is where I was talking about that cheap cup of coffee, or the nightlife as well, and also the library. So if you stay in student accommodation, you can generally wake up at 5 minutes to 9 for your 9 o'clock lecture, and you're going to walk in 1 minute early into that as well. Now, there's loads to get involved in. So as well as your academic side, you can get involved in over 250 different student societies. So it might be a subject society, or it might be something totally crazy. So we have the Dundee Tea Appreciation Society, which is the most British thing you're ever going to hear. And in Dundee, that is called the Dundee Society. And there's also lots of different sports clubs you can get involved in as well. So whether it be football, soccer, rugby, hockey, anything you're looking for will tend to be available. We offer 10 different schools, so a lot of subjects available, over 200 undergraduate subjects. So the best thing to do is to head to our website and check out the one that's going to be best suited for you. And if you scan that QR code, that will take you to the subject listing on our website. But if there's anything else you would like to know about the University of Dundee, then hopefully I will be your best point of contact here. So you can contact me by email or by WhatsApp. Again, if you scan that QR code, you'll be able to get that added straight into your contacts. We're always available to answer any questions. Realise it can be a big move when you're looking at an international university. So if you are considering Dundee, please do feel free to get in touch. But thank you so much for your time.
All righty, thank you so much, Grant.
Thank you.
Next up, we have University of Bristol.
Thank you. I will just start sharing my screen. Hopefully you can all see that one okay. Let me know if not. So my name is Jenny French. I'm the International Recruitment Officer for the University of Bristol, and my email address is on the screen. But just to get started, firstly, I wanted to put up some of our main rankings and statistics to give you a bit of history and context to the university. So we are a top 60 worldwide university, top 10 within the UK. And the QS World Rankings, in case you're wondering, provide a detailed look at each institution, and they consider factors like programme strength, facilities, graduate employability, social responsibility, and inclusiveness as well. We date back to 1876, and we were established with the support of the University of Oxford with the aim to bring academic excellence and research to Bristol. And we are very proud to be the first higher education institute in England to admit women on an equal basis to men. And now women make up over half of our student and staff populations. As you can see, a huge number of our subjects are in the top 100, and we are also linked to 13 Nobel Prize winners, including Sir Winston Churchill. He was our Chancellor during the Second World War, and our current Chancellor, Sir Paul Nurse, also has a Nobel Prize. So in terms of the city of Bristol, it's a great place to live, work and study. It appeals to a huge range of groups, brimming with history, culture, adventure and humour. And as you can see, we've won a range of fantastic accolades. It's also a hub of enterprise and creativity. Just in my suburb, there's been a film crew filming, and we've had dramas such as Skins being based within Bristol. There is also a current documentary being brought to the BBC by Sir David Attenborough, which is bringing some of Bristol's wildlife research to life and to a wider audience, which is fantastic. And just to give you a bit of an idea of what the city looks like, it's very, very beautiful, and it centres around a historical harbour side. We have a huge amount of green space in Bristol, and I think it's over 450 parks we have, which is absolutely huge for a city of our size. And it's a really great opportunity to get involved with nature if that's something that you like. Not pictured here is the beautiful Ashton Court Estate, which is only a half-an-hour walk from the Students' Union. And it's an 850-acre country estate that has a deer park, play areas, golf courses, cafes and gardens as well. In terms of where we're based, we are the largest city in the southwest of England, less than 90 minutes from London on the train. We also have our own international airport, so it's a fantastic place to visit the rest of the UK and wider Europe if you wish to. And the city itself is very easy to get around. Although it is a large city, the majority of places that students want to go is very much walkable. We are a very environmentally focused city, and most people get around by walking or on bike. In terms of the student life here, it's, again, as I said, a really fun place to be. We've got a huge number of festivals every year, including the Europe's largest street art festival, Upfest. If you don't already know, the street artist Banksy is from Bristol, and a lot of his original pieces are still in the city, and every now and then he pops up and does a new one. And as you can see, it's a very cultural city as well. So there's lots of world food supermarkets, restaurants, cafes, and activities. Speaking of which, one of our most prevalent opportunities at the university to get involved with other students is through the Global Lounge, where you can perhaps learn another language or hear about different cultures and the events that students put on. And that's a really good way of meeting new friends and just learning about different countries that they come from. In terms of the Students' Union, we've got one of the highest numbers of societies and sports clubs in the country. These include the familiar activities such as drama, debating, football, but all sorts of interests are covered, such as business, enterprise, wellbeing. And this is just a few pictures of our Students' Union building that has a dance studio, an indoor swimming pool, and its own bar as well. And of course, like most universities, we have our own halls of residence, and all first year students are offered a place in one of our halls of residence as guaranteed, as long as you apply by the deadline. And there's lots of information about that on our website. We've got just over 27,000 students at the moment, and quite a lot of them are international students from over 150 different countries. So we're very, very well placed to have international students here. And as you can see, we have a great staff to student ratio, meaning that you get to speak to the academics on your course as much as you like. So in terms of the faculties that we offer at Bristol, we have 6 different faculties that cover a huge range of subjects. So please do have a look at our website for a little bit more information on those. And in terms of the research, the University of Bristol is one of the founding members of the Russell Group, which is a group of 24 leading UK universities that have a very major focus on producing world-class research. And we very much are focusing on finding solutions to the global challenges that we all face, for example, pandemics and global change. And innovation is very much at the heart of everything that we do. Just a couple of examples of some of the research that we've been known to produce. So when our researchers found that fossilized pigments revealed the colors of dinosaurs, it was named one of the top 10 scientific discoveries of the decade. And it was also our research into cot deaths that led to a worldwide movement to encourage babies to sleep on their backs. I won't go too much into enterprise and innovation, but Bristol is very much a hub of that in the southwest. And in terms of the facilities, we have lots of multi-million-pound facilities at the University of Bristol that you can find on this slide that will support your studies, and you will have access to 24/7, including a careers service, and just a final list of the rest of the support services that we offer here. And just to finish up, to let you know that we have a number of online events taking place, including a fantastic virtual tour. So please do have a look at our website, and there's a further link and my email address for you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jenny. And again, for those who are listening in, feel free to submit your questions through that Q&A tool, and the reps will be here to answer any of those that are submitted. Next up, we have King's College London.
Thank you. Let's share screen. Great. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Ashley Monahan. I'm an international student recruitment manager for King's College London. I am based in the States. The first slide always sticks. There we go. All right. So King's College London, as the name suggests, is located in London, England. We are number 31 in the world, number 7 in the UK, and number 3 in London, according to QS. And we were founded in 1829 as one of the founding colleges of the University of London. So we are coming up on our 200th anniversary in just a few years here. Also, 93% of our graduates today are in further employment or are furthering their education right after they graduate. So the King's College London name, or certainly our graduates, are definitely sought after by employees worldwide. And we do have a very vast and broad alumni network all across the globe. But our current students, or our campus community that we have, is a very large, diverse, multicultural campus environment. We have 33,000 students, 16,000 of which are international. So about half of our student population is an international population, representing over 185 countries to be exact, from across the globe. And over 1,000 of our students every year are from the US. So at one point they were in your shoes, and now they are part of the King's student community or alumni community. We also have a very large students union. So our KCLSU is an opportunity for students to get involved on campus. We have over 300 activities and societies. Most of these are, of course, carried out virtually right now, but we are hoping for in-person practice of these, as well as an in-person hybrid model for teaching starting in the fall. We will monitor the situation and see how it evolves. But our KCLSU, we had over, I think it was 3,000 students participating in volunteer opportunities in 2019. It just kind of speaks to our ethos of service to society and ways to get involved, kind of ways to let you connect and be a bigger fish in a smaller pond. The smaller pond is London, which is not a small pond at all. It is a very large city. So I always say, check your values. If you're interested in joining or being part of a student community, a large student community in an even larger city, then King's might be the place for you. And what can you study at King's? So we have 9 faculties. Within those faculties, we have several different departments. And then at the undergraduate level, we have 175 different programs. So I have our 9 different faculties outlined on the screen here, everything from arts and humanities to law to natural and maths sciences. Because we are part of the Russell Group, like the University of Bristol, we are focused on research, and you can participate in research at the undergraduate level, potentially graduating with a research portfolio. And that's definitely a unique opportunity. If research and any faculty that would involve research is something that's important to you. We are renowned for our life sciences and medicine, but growing in popularity, especially amongst our US and North American population. Our programs within our arts and humanities faculty, within our social science and public policy, because we really believe that diversifying our student population starts by diversifying our classroom population. So we are seeking students to join us for those programs from all over the globe. And as mentioned already, and probably will be again, we are on UCAS. So at King's, you are not able to apply directly to our website for your undergraduate program. You have to apply directly through UCAS. So if you're interested in applying to any UK university, UCAS is something that you'll just have to get familiar with. It's a very straightforward process, kind of similar to the Common App, but you have fewer choices that you're able to apply to. But if you have any questions about UCAS, please let me know. And much like some of our other English universities that are on here tonight, our undergraduate program at King's are 3 years in length. So generally speaking, you can apply and be accepted and be done with your bachelor's degree in 3 years. And then if it's any note, if you want to go on to your postgraduate, that is 1 year. So you can graduate with all of the above within the same time that your peers back home in the States are finishing up their bachelor's. Who wouldn't want to do that? Something that sets us apart at King's, there are other universities that are in the UK, other London universities, but we have a very centrally located campus. 5 campuses in total. 4 of them are along the River Thames, which this photo suggests, and then 1 our Denmark Hill campus, which is 3 miles south of the river in South London, still very centrally located. London was ranked the best student city most recently in 2019, and that is because of all of the resources that it provides its student population, which is about 500,000 students, give or take, studying at 45 universities across the city. So that is another way that being a student at King's and in London, it's a very enriching experience provided to you. And because we have our King's campuses in red and our purple, I guess we'll call that color, purple markings for our other London landmarks, this is another way to have the ultimate living and learning experience when you come to King's. Not pictured here are our residence halls, which are also centrally located. We have about a dozen of those. We guarantee first year accommodation to our first year students. Again, guaranteed single room. It's a huge perk. And then intercollegiate and private residences are available. Whatever your comfort level is, we can provide it through our accommodation team. And that is it for me. My email is on the screen. You can also check me out on Unibuddy on the King's website if you want to do a chat feature, I guess, but please keep in touch. And thanks again for your interest in joining us tonight.
Thank you, Ashley. And up next, we have University of East Anglia.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My name is Alana Stewart. I'm the regional manager for the University of East Anglia, and I am based in Michigan, not too far, just across Lake Michigan from you all. So the University of East Anglia is also known as UEA, and it was founded in 1963. Though we're a relatively young university, we've done a great job at establishing ourselves, and we are within the world top 200 and the UK top 25. The reason I do mention rankings is, again, just to establish us as a legitimate place for you to be considering after high school. We are a public campus-based research university. The vast majority of UK schools are public, and you'll see our beautiful campus in a couple slides. And then the professors that you'll be teaching or will be teaching you are going to be doing top research in their fields and contributing that research, again, to that respective field. We have a wide variety of subjects under 4 faculties and 23 schools. So that totals about over 160 undergrad courses, or what you know as majors. Our university is on the larger side, but just on kind of the beginning of that larger size designation with about 17,000 students, of which 17% are international from across the globe. We are located in Norwich, England, which is about an hour-and-a-half northeast of London by train. We do have our own international airport, so we're easy to get to, or you can come up from London via bus or train. The East Anglia region is really known as beautiful countryside. If you've seen the movie The Dig, that's the East Anglia region in that film. It's about 30 minutes from the coastline from Norwich. But the city itself is pretty awesome. It's what we talk about as one of the main reasons that students tend to love living in UEA and tend to choose the university. So we have a castle in the city, also 2 cathedrals. We've been named one of the most affordable cities to live in, as well as one of the best cities. And we have one of the highest number of vegan restaurants per residence, which even if you're not a vegan, I just think that speaks to the eclectic nature of the city. It's also a shopping destination for the East Anglia region because we are one of the larger cities, again, in that location. And then if you did happen to catch the movie Jingle Jangle on Netflix this past holiday season, the Elm Hill area of Norwich is featured in the snowball fighting scene. So that's kind of a little claim to fame, or a more recent one that we have. So about 3 miles from the proper city center is our campus on 320 green acres. They'll show you some of the features, which include one of the largest indoor sports parks in Great Britain. So you can see all the fields, pitches, and tracks on the right-hand side. We also have an Olympic-sized swimming pool, as well as a rock climbing wall. Our accommodation is guaranteed for first-year international students. So there's a wide variety of options depending on your budget. Our student union features pubs as well as a live music venue. In a good year, we'll get 60 or more gigs. So if you want to be exposed to UK music as well as international musicians and groups, you can have that opportunity on campus or in the other music venue that's located in the Norwich City Center. The library is open 24/7 in case you need to go study. And we also have a lot of green space, so people walk their dogs. Also, students take advantage of it, and we'll have a barbecue on the man-made lake, which is over to the left-hand side. One of the main features is our Sainsbury Center for Visual Arts, which is our own museum, and that's featured in the Avengers films. So again, even though you may not have heard of UEA, you've seen it on the big screen, and it's featured as the Avengers headquarters. And the reason why is because one of the co-producers studied script writing. We do have some new buildings, including the new science building, which is for, surprisingly, all of our science students, and that was dedicated by Dr. Jane Goodall. We also have Productivity East, which is a center for engineering. Engineers both in the community as well as our students can utilize those facilities. And then we are getting, or slated to open in 2022, is the Sky House, which is our new building for arts and humanities, as well as some social science programs. You will see a listing of all our programs here. We are by far known for creative writing and environmental science, but also do well with international development, business, and economics. Our standard programs are 3 years long, but we do have a lot of opportunities for either a year abroad, a year in industry, or a placement year. As Ashley mentioned, we are on the UCAS application. Our requirements are a 3.3 GPA or higher, 3 AP or IB exams, or an SAT or ACT score. If you do have a subject-specific requirement for your course or for your major, you do have to have that in an AP exam with a score of 3 or higher. We also look for demonstrated academic interest within your field, and then some of our courses may require interviews, auditions, or portfolios. Our costs start at about $24,000, so not pounds, $24,000 per year. If you do opt to do a 4th year, so a year abroad or year in industry, that's not paying full tuition fees. That's usually done at 1/3 or 1/4 of the cost. And it just depends which course you're in. You can see the science courses or the lab courses are a bit more expensive. The cost of living estimated by the Visa and Immigration, basically team in the government, is about $13,000 US per year. However, I will tell you, you can probably live more affordably than this in Norwich, although you could probably live more extravagantly than that as well, but it is a good estimate for you to be looking at. We do offer scholarships for our students. The automatic is the £4,000 for just your first year. You can apply by essay for up to £8,000 per year. We also do have some scholarships by course, although those are more limited for undergraduate, music, and sport options. We can also accept FAFSA loans like the vast majority of UK schools, and you're allowed to work on your visa 20 hours per week or 40 hours when you're not in courses. Please do connect with us on your preferred social media platform. You can also reach out to our student ambassador, Nicole, who is in her 3rd year, and she's from California and probably staying to do her master's degree. She loves UEA so much. So my name again is Alana. Please do reach out to me if there's anything that you need.
All righty, thanks, Alana. And up next, we have University College Dublin.
Thanks so much, Jen. All right, ready to go. Céad Míle Fáilte, everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Chelsea Weaver. I am one of our many North American representatives. I'm based in San Diego, but I do have another representative, a colleague who's based in Chicago, and I will share her contact details with you at the end of my presentation. Before I talk specifically about UCD, I want to start with a few highlights of Dublin and Ireland. Lonely Planet voted Ireland the world's friendliest country. According to the Global Peace Index, Ireland is the 10th safest country in the world. Dublin ranks as one of the top 10 best student cities in the world by QS. And Dublin is a very vibrant city. Around 50% of the population is under the age of 34, so it's truly a great city for college students. It's also an accessible city in many ways. It's known to be a very welcoming place. There's no visa requirement as a full-time undergraduate student from the US. It's an English-speaking country, easy to travel around the country, and well connected to mainland Europe. Dublin is a modern capital city and is home to almost 1,200 multinational companies like Facebook, Google, Airbnb, Twitter, and many more, and is a great headquarters for internships and work experience after graduation. An important note on that, if you complete your undergraduate degree in Ireland, you can stay in Ireland to seek employment and gain work experience for up to 1 year after graduation. All right, now a bit about UCD. We are ranked within the top 1% of universities worldwide, and we were ranked the number one university in Ireland by US News and World Report for the second year in a row. We have approximately 18,000 undergraduate students, and nearly 30% of our student body is international, and the majority of our international students come from the US. We have a suburban campus located just 3 miles south of Dublin city centre. We were ranked number 1 in Ireland for graduate employability for the last 3 years, which of course is a statistic that we're very proud of. And a little fun fact for you is that we have educated half of Ireland's prime ministers. Our campus is very similar to a traditional US college campus with all of the amenities that you're used to seeing in the US, such as the swimming pool, a sauna, gym, climbing wall, and many more, and various student and academic support services. We have libraries throughout campus dedicated to different academic disciplines, and we have over 130 societies and sports clubs, including a few of my favorite societies, the International Student Society, the Harry Potter Society, and the Traditional Music Society. We have on-campus housing for over 3,000 of our students, and we do seek to guarantee housing for incoming undergraduate international students. All of our students stay in a private bedroom as well with shared living spaces, so you will not have to share a dorm room. We have food stores, laundry facilities, a pharmacy, and a health center on campus. In Ireland, we refer to majors as courses or programs. It is common to apply directly to the course of your chosen subject, which is known as direct entry. We do not have general education requirements. So if you would like to study English and you never want to take a math class again, for example, you don't have to. UCD offers over 70 undergraduate degree courses, which are 3 or 4 years in length, depending on the course. We offer courses in the following areas, as you can see on the screen. We also have our Liberal Arts and Sciences program, which is our most popular program for US students, as it is most similar to an undecided major in the US and allows you to explore various subjects for your first year or 2 before you choose a course. We are on the Common app, not on UCAS, as we are not located in the UK. Or of course, you can apply directly on our website. For 1 application fee, you can apply to up to 4 of our programs. For admission to UCD, we only review academics. We do not review essays, letter of recommendations, or extracurricular activities. We are currently test flexible for some of our programs for 2021 entry. However, our more competitive programs do require the SAT or ACT. You can find all of our entry requirements for all of our programs on our website. And we strongly advise submitting your application before our priority deadline of December 1st to ensure that you are able to apply to our more competitive scholarships. And speaking of scholarships, we do award scholarships to around 80% of our international students, and those range anywhere from 10 to 100% of tuition, and they are merit-based. For a point of comparison, UCD is typically more expensive than staying in state for school, but usually less expensive than going out of state or to a private school in the US. And we do accept US federal aid as well. A quick highlight, if you're currently a sophomore or a junior, check out our high school summer program on our website. Applications are open now, and we are currently, hopefully, planning to host this program this July. It's a great way to explore the option of studying at UCD or in Ireland in the future. We encourage you to check out our 3D virtual tour on our website and certainly hope that you'll be able to visit our campus in person in the near future when it is safe to do so. Thank you all so very much. As a reminder, my name is Chelsea, but your regional representative is Bridie, who is based in Chicago. Please feel free to reach out to her via email, and I'll share her email in the chat as well. Thank you so much.
All righty, thank you, Chelsea. And once again, any questions you have throughout the presentation, feel free to submit those into the Q&A. And last but not least, we have Will with Goldsmiths, University of London.
Hello, everyone. My name is Will. I'm the International Officer for Goldsmiths, University of London. I'm actually originally from Chicago, but I now live in Brooklyn. So I'm here to support you in the States. Goldsmiths is a top-tier public research institution founded in 1891. We are part of the University of London. We have around 10,000 students on our campus and a very diverse population. More than a third of our students come from outside of the UK, from over 140 countries. More than half our students are students of color, and we have a very sizable LGBTQ+ population and first-generation population on our campus. You'll also be one of around 380 Americans on our campus every year, which are the second largest cohort of international students. We have no lecture halls on our campus, so you will have small lectures, workshops, and seminars throughout your time at Goldsmiths, and a small student-faculty ratio of 14:1. We also have over 55 research centers on campus that you'll be able to undertake undergraduate research from the first year. We have additionally implemented a Green New Deal and are committing to carbon neutrality by 2025. And in this effort, we have banned beef on our campus, single-use plastics, and divested our endowment from fossil fuels. Goldsmiths is located in the amazing city of London. I know you've heard a little bit about it from Ashley at King's, but London is a massive city of about 12 million people, amazing art and culture, theater on the West End. It's the economic hub of the UK, and I believe countless Fortune 500 companies are headquartered in the city center of London. We have a campus that is located around 10 minutes from the city center. It's a single site campus. All of your coursework is held on our campus right there inside the yellow dotted line. We have a movie theater on our campus, a public museum for contemporary art. Our residence halls are located both on and just off campus. You'll notice we have a college green, so you can enjoy some of London's sunnier days and have lunch on our college green there. We also have restaurants and cafes located nearby, coffee shops, music venues. Goldsmiths is a very creative campus. We're consistently ranked among the most political and creative schools in the UK. So a lot of our student body lends to a very dynamic and creative feel for the neighborhood of New Cross. Our academics focus mostly on the fine and performing arts, humanities, social sciences, and we also have undergraduate business school, School of Education, law, and social work. We are ranked in the top 100 in the world for the arts and humanities, and 8 of our 18 departments are among the world's top 50. We are also number 21 in the UK for the quality and international certificates of our research. Here you'll find a non-exhaustive listing of our program offerings. You'll note that the media communications courses are among the more popular ones for students. We are ranked top in the UK for that and among the top 10 in the world for media communications. Additionally, art and design, we are number 3 in the UK and number 12 in the world for those programs. Additionally, computer science, psychology, journalism, these are some of the more popular programs that students will undertake. We also have one of the only electronic music programs in the UK, which for students might want to become a DJ or do sound mixing and editing. That's a great program. We also have 3-year degrees at Goldsmiths, just like the other English schools. You've heard UCAS a lot, so I won't bore you with more details about it, but I will note that Goldsmiths is test optional for this year and next year, so current seniors and juniors do not require test scores. We do require a 3.0 unweighted GPA to apply, and if you are interested in our art, design, theater, or music programs, or creative writing, you will have to submit a portfolio in addition to all the other application requirements. Our tuition ranges from about 21 to 27,000 US dollars. For a little conversion for you, we do offer international scholarships up to £5,000. And the total cost of attendance when factoring in cost of living in London ends up at around 36 to 39,000 US dollars per year for the average student. We do also accept federal loan funding, so you can submit that your FAFSA like normal. Our accommodation is both on-campus and off-campus housing. We have mixed gender halls, and we do guarantee accommodation for you in the first year. We have suite style housing, and you can kind of get an idea of what your room might look like here. You'll share a kitchen and living space with between 4 and 8 other students. We are self-catered, so we have no meal plan, but as I mentioned before, we do have cafeterias and restaurants on our campus. You can grab lunch or something quick. You also will have your own room as pictured with your own bathroom, so a little bit different from what you might be used to in the American college dorm life. We also have plenty clubs and activities that you can join outside of class time, over 120 options to choose from. We have things like Hacksmiths, our computer science society. We have the Chocolate Appreciation Society, and over 20 different sports options that you can choose from. We play competitively in the London Sports League, or you can play intramural little pickup games if you're not so into competitive sports. Lastly, we also do place a large emphasis on careers at Goldsmiths. We offer over 1,500 work placements for all of our students annually at places like Google, Lego, Dyson, Alexander McQueen. Also, 91% of our graduates do find work or enter postgraduate study in their field within 6 months. And we also have a high entrepreneurial rate on our campus. About 15% of our students start their own business within 1 year of graduation. So if you have any questions, please submit them in the Q&A, or my email address is on the screen in case you would like to get in contact. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Will. I'll have you stay on, and I'll invite everyone else to come back on as well. And we have time for one question, and I think the question that will benefit the entire audience would be, we'd love to hear from each and every one of you about what is the best piece of advice that you would have for a student who is considering going to college internationally. So if you want, Grant, if you want to kick us off, and then we'll go down the line to answer that question.
Yeah, because just take advantage of as many virtual opportunities as you can. So it's great you're tuning into this, but any virtual campus tours you can do, virtual webinars offered by universities. The best thing about the situation we're in at the moment is just more of these things that are available for you. So yeah, keep going with them.
Jenny?
So I would follow up with that and just say, don't be afraid to reach out to us. So we're all here to support you as an individual to apply to our institutions. So don't be shy. Feel free to email us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And we can really guide you through the process, because obviously it might be something that you're quite unfamiliar with. So don't worry about asking that.
I would also add, kind of going off of the virtual experience, to check out our social media pages, blogs, UniBuddy, anything that can give you the student experience, because you can't visit campus, you can't really have that or get that vibe from campus. So the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to just see what students are saying and get their perspectives.
That's perfect for me to play off of, Ashley, because I always recommend to check out social media, but not just the official channels. So check out our hashtags, check what people are tagging us in, because I think it's really every aspect of the university that you want to see, because obviously we're probably going to paint a relatively sunny picture for you, but I do think it's important to see kind of the other stuff that's happening at the university. As much as we as reps don't like that, I think it is solid advice.
To be very brief, I would just say trust your gut throughout this entire process. Listen to yourself.
I'll just kind of say that enjoy high school also. Like, obviously college is important and you should definitely do your research and make sure you're picking the right place, but also high school is very short, and you should really enjoy the 4 years that you have there.
All righty. Well, thank you so much to all the presenters that took time out of their busy schedules to be here to share all this fabulous information with you all. As you exit the webinar, you will be taken to a quick survey. It's only 4 questions, so we'd love to hear your feedback regarding this particular session. And like I said at the beginning, sign up for more sessions. We have a few more hours coming up with the Illinois Virtual College Fair. So if you want to continue to connect with colleges and universities across the world, feel free to do so. And then this recording will be available on the website for you to watch, rewatch, or watch other sessions you may have missed at the website, strivescan.com/Illinois. So thanks again to the presenters, and I hope everyone has a great afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you.